Move your sheet down and you'll see again they end back up in these opposite spectrums in the relationship, opposite ends of the seesaw, one over here, the other over here. Emotional disengagement, they can stay like that for many years because they've got used to distance, but they're balanced. Pay the bills, get the kids ready for school, sleep together, even have sex together. But there's distance between them. Move your sheet down the next one until some years later they figure something out. If I, Jake, move a little bit towards you, you, Jasmine, move a little bit towards me. Move your sheet down for me. Next image, you'll see Jake has moved a little bit closer into the middle. Jasmine equally has moved a little closer to the middle. Move your sheet down. See the last one? And over time, years later, they figured it out and they're back close again in the middle. And they've got equilibrium back. They've got closeness back. And someone might look at that dance that they have done for many years and ask the question, what was that about? What a waste of years, what a waste of time, of the lack of harmony, distance between us. And I might suggest sometimes that actually isn't the right question. You see, the fact is, we all go through life stage changes. Not life crisis, not midlife crisis. I don't like that expression at all. It doesn't do justice for the fact that at different age range between us, all of us will likely go through different life stage changes. When we moved into puberty and teenage years, a life stage change. If we doubt it, and think we weren't that impacted when we moved into puberty or even the teenage years, I always suggest, well, ask your parents, they'll tell you the truth of what we were really like. So often we don't have the same insight as how other people are impacted by our interest in life stage changes. Sometimes there's no explanation for the dance that we can easily find. It just is a part of the journey for each as a couple. And then what happens when each are going through life stage changes at different points in their relationship can be really tough, can be really challenging. Having explained all of those things, lay down a framework for us to springboard our work from. I'd like to move on just to offer you at this early stage some tools, or at least one tool for now, because we're going to come back to a lot more tools for repairing the damage done. But at this early stage where the two of you may be, why don't we see if some early attempts at bringing about a dissipation of the heat in the relationship might be aided by doing something to invest in each other, to break down some of the animosity. And what I'm talking about here is an exercise called emotional bank accounts. I'm going to give you a description of it. I'm going to give you a link to a YouTube explanation. The Gottman Institute have some really good material, including the YouTube link. But my explanation of it is this. The way you should view each other is as if you are both bank accounts to which you want to make more deposits. So when you pay money in, you're in credit, in the black, so to speak. You're investing into your bank account. When you take out of the bank account and you take out more than is in the bank account, you've gone into the deficit. You've withdrawn more than you've got in the bank account. So what we want is for you to start to keep a journal, keep a diary entry about how many withdrawal actions and activities that you do that impacts the other person, and how many deposits you make in that person week by week. So you need to keep a daily tally. So let me expand that a bit more. Withdrawals are things like the criticism, the digs, the snide remarks, the cut in one's eyes, that really negatively impacts or even assaults the other person. They know you're not pleased. It's the not doing for them. The things that put their nose out of joint are withdrawals. And if we are doing too many activities that creates regular, daily, weekly withdrawals, then of course we're moving the other person's bank account into the red. We need to counteract that by more deposits on a daily and weekly basis. And the deposits are the things that might bring a smile to their face, the things they may not immediately notice, but it's the things that contribute into their sense of being wanted, cared for, loved, appreciated, valued. It's the doing tasks which you know typically is allocated to the other person to do, but you do it for them. Emptying the dishwasher, filling the washing machine, emptying the washing machine, hanging the clothes on the line. It is the buying flowers, the buying a bottle of wine, the setting the bath with candles and other things if one likes that. The things that will bring a little smile to their face if they notice it. But here's the other point. Do this exercise. The other person doesn't even need to say thank you if they notice you've done it. The deposit, that is. It's not about whether they notice it or not. It's not about whether they say thank you or not. It's not about them. It's more about you doing the activities which are deposits, and stop doing over time those other activities that equate to withdrawals from their bank account. You are seeking to change a pattern of behavior that is negative into a positive, contributory deposit activity and behavior, which will bring beneficial outcomes at some point if you are consistent in investing in the other person and reversing the trend of withdrawals. Why not have a go at that activity? Here's a big deal. It really is important that you keep a journal, a record, every day of your withdrawals. Find them, write them down, not the full content, just the numbers of withdrawals in a day, in a week, in a month, but also identify the number of deposits. Remember, the other person doesn't need to acknowledge them to you as deposits. It's the fact that you know they are deposits. But also remember, you can't just be doing the same old things that you've always done. Like, if actually you did used to bring them a cup of tea in bed, that's a big one, but you don't really get to count that one because it's not really a new deposit. We want some new deposits, which you know is a deposit, even if the other person doesn't recognize you putting the bin out for them is a deposit. You count it as a deposit because it's something you consciously know you are doing to help them, even if they don't notice. I hope that's clear. But I want you to have a go at doing that because we want to start to recede the downward slope, the coasting, the loss of equilibrium as we continue to equip you with some additional tools in due course. Send me a message. It's time to get your relationship back onto a better footing for your future. Let's do some work without shame and bring colour back to life. Send the email, send the message to me, Gary McFarlane, at the Kairos Centre, and let's begin to reclaim your quality of life.